Well, with the economy in turmoil, you hear a lot of desperate solutions. One being floated is for America to sell off our gold supply. According to my next guest, Jay Taylor, he sees it as a viable solution. Mr. Taylor, I've been in gold my whole life. Gold is our most treasured possession, our most treasured asset. Why should we sell our gold?
Well, I'm not sure that we should. I think that if we were going to do away with a central currency, a national currency, that would make sense. Why should the government own gold? Why shouldn't the people own gold? However, what we see now is a move, if anything, towards some sort of international backed gold currency. We're hearing talk about it from officials at the IMF. Various people in China is pushing for it, a basket of currencies that would include gold.
Well, that's a god-awful idea. You're not going to... Do you agree with that idea?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with it. No, I'd like to see government sell all its gold. I really would. But given
why, though? Why would we sell our gold, sir?
Well, why should the government sell the gold? Because I think the people should own the gold.
We do own the gold.
No, we don't own the gold.
Of course we. How'd the government buy the gold?
No, we don't.
With our taxpayer money.
No, we don't even know if the gold exists.
Oh, please,
honestly.
you know the gold's there. Come on.
No,
we
I don't
bought,
know.
The American government bought the gold with money that we paid. We worked hard for, paid our taxes, and they bought the gold. Why not just sell the Brooklyn Bridge?
Well, you might as well try to sell the Brooklyn Bridge because we don't know if the gold is there, honestly.
Well, I know the Brooklyn Bridge is there. Why not sell that?
Well, no, but it hasn't been audited since Eisenhower. Nobody really knows if the gold is really there.
Sir, you pitched this segment as we should sell the gold to help pay down our debt to make the economy better. Are you now making this segment, I don't think there's gold in Fort Knox? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I don't know if there's gold in Fort Knox. What I do think we should sell to pay down the national debt, Eric, is to sell the massive land holdings that the government owns. Turn it to the private sector, let people develop that, let them just develop the wealth that we have, the mineral wealth, the energy wealth that we have in this country.
Sir, why should we why not lease it like we do right now? Get paid royalties from oil companies and various other forms of businesses. That way we own it. We still have an ownership stake in it.
Well, why should we, the people, own the land, actually? I mean, why not turn it over to people that can do something valuable with it? If the government owns it, then you put it in the hands of people that can really do what they want to and control it.
I see. You know what? Halfway through this discussion, I realized where we're headed, what kind of discussion this was going to end up being. Dr. Heldman, what do you think of the idea of selling our gold supply to pay down debt?
I'm not at all interested in privatizing public holdings, whether it's land or gold or the Brooklyn Bridge. I think we agree on this, Eric. There is a lot of benefit to holding things collectively, and that is what the current system we have. And that's not going to be the answer to our deficit or a debt problem. That answer is going to be, something like the people's budget that gives us in 10 years a $30 billion surplus.
This is a very, very hardcore libertarian stance that the government shouldn't own anything. Everything should be owned by the private sector. To a certain extent, Adam, I agree on a lot of things that libertarians say. This, however, is one where I think as a nation, we have to hold some of these assets, treasure. We need to own them.
We need to own them. It's a bad idea. Look, this reminds me of asset monetization that John Corzine, then Governor Corzine, wanted to do in New Jersey. It went over like a lead balloon.
Well, call it what it really is.
Yeah.
Sell our stuff.
Sell our stuff, and then what? You know what? If you want to pay down the debt, guess what? Stop spending.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Stop selling stuff.
Ainsley, Adam hits it. Quit spending.
Well, the national debt, $14.3 trillion. Really, no matter how much gold we really do have, it's not that much.
It's not.
Then if you look in my jewelry box, I might have a gold ring and a gold bracelet. That's going to buy you to pay
Jay,
$500.
Hey Jay, Ainsley points out you want to bring down the debt. We'd have to sell. We'd have Central Park. We'll sell. Mount Rushmore. We'll sell all the national parks. Is that a good idea?
Well, I'm not sure about all those treasures, but I know there's vast amounts of, biggest percentage of the land out west is owned by the federal government, and they prohibit the mining sector from developing it and making wealth out of it in areas that are god-awful forbidden areas that could develop wealth. If there's anything this country needs to do, it's to start creating wealth, working hard, creating basic industries like mining and manufacturing again, if we're ever going to get back to the place where we were in the future. And as far as the gold goes, if we sold the gold, then what? I mean, the point is well taken that gold is not nearly enough of it there to begin to make a dent in the national debt. No matter if it goes to $5,000 an ounce, it's not enough there.
Right.
So if we sell the gold, and that's the desperation of empires when they're in retreat. The Soviet Union before it fell. It bought a couple of months by selling its gold, but then it was done.
I got to
It was
tell you,
finished.
when they pitched me this segment, they said you were in favor of selling the gold supply. Now I realize it's not.
Well,
it's not
I
quite
am.
exactly
I
where
am.
you are on that.
If we went to a total libertarian state, but looking at the world as it is,
Okay.
it's not going to happen.
Fantastic.
And we're going to have gold to compete with the Chinese, who are
Right.
amassing
Absolutely.
gold and others.
Don't
around
sell
the
it, buy more. Hey, last thought, Ainsley.
Our
quickly.
last audit was 35 years ago, so people at home might say, why don't we know how much gold we
Yes.
own as Americans? The last audit was 35 years ago.
Yes.
So
You could do that. Certainly.
Yeah,
you
these
could.
Why don't
economists
we
are
all-
saying
We've
let's
got to leave
audit.
it there, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to say thank you to Jay Taylor for joining us.